Hello, readers and writers. Welcome to another episode of Dear Teacher Kit. This is a show where we answer your everyday questions using reading and writing strategies. Let's get started with our very first letter. Dear Teacher Kit, I'm currently a graduating grade 12 student struggling to choose between two equally good colleges. Any suggestions? Sincerely, Jan Jan. Great question, Jan Jan. To help you get a clearer perspective on which university is the better choice, I suggest using comparison and contrast. You may start with a Venn diagram for College A and College B. List their unique advantages and disadvantages to help you get a better perspective on which one would suit your taste. Good luck, Jan Jan! Next question. Dear Teacher Kit, my name is Emilio. Being a teacher has always been my dream since I was a kid. However, my parents want me to become an accountant because according to them, teaching is not that good of a job. How can I convince them to let me be a teacher? Wow, Emilio. First of all, I applaud your desire to become a teacher. That is just admirable. Honestly, teaching is one of the best and most fulfilling jobs there is. And I have just the thing to help you with your problem. What you need is to write a persuasive essay to convince your parents of the advantages and wonders of being a teacher. Don't you worry. I am Teacher Kit, and I will be your guide throughout the process of writing the persuasive essay. So, what is a persuasive essay? To persuade is, well, to convince someone to take your side of an argument. Writing a persuasive essay is very much like being a lawyer arguing a case in court. You, as the writer, are taking a stance or position on a topic or issue. You may agree or disagree. You can either be for or against that topic. Whatever your stance is, you need to establish the strongest possible argument to win over the judge who is your reader. So, Emilio, what we need is a strong persuasive essay to change your parents' mind about your choice to teach. Let me show you 5 easy steps in writing a strong persuasive essay. Step 1. Choose a topic. According to the American author Robert Collier, the first principle of success is desire, knowing what you want. The same thing applies in essay writing. You need to know what you want to write about. Our goal is to write a persuasive essay that engages and persuades your readers to agree with your stance or position about a topic. By the time your readers finish reading your essay, they will be converted to your side of the argument. This is why picking the right topic is essential. Here are 4 criteria to help you choose an engaging topic for your persuasive essay. Number 1, choose a topic that is current. Take a moment to watch the news, browse Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, read the newspaper, or just simply walk around and observe your community. What are the current trends that affect you, the community you live in, or the country? There are a lot of relevant topics and issues you can write about by just browsing the internet or observing the world around you. Topics related to COVID-19, education in the new normal, depression, social media, and many more are just examples of topics that are current and that affect you, your community, and the country. Number 2, choose a topic that you are personally passionate about. Just like what Oprah Winfrey said, passion is energy. Feel the power that comes from focusing on what excites you. Passion is quite powerful in writing a strong, persuasive essay. Passion about your topic of choice allows you to be more invested and really care about what you're writing. So, pick a topic that deeply interests you or a topic that you really care about. Believe me, doing so will make the writing process more enjoyable and less of a chore. If you are bored just thinking about a topic you chose, change that topic. Chances are your readers will find it boring too. Number 3, choose a topic that can be easily researched. Passion alone won't make your persuasive essay that persuasive. You need concrete evidence and facts to back up your claims and solidify your argument. Otherwise, you'll end up with a weak essay. Once you have picked a topic, try to find out if there are enough sources, online or in print, that would support your claims. Just a suggestion, try to Google your topic to see if there are enough credible sources available online. If not, then you may have to pick a different topic just to make your life easier. Number 4, choose a topic that is manageable. We always say go big or go home, right? However, this may not be the case for persuasive essays. Choosing a general and complicated topic will just make your scope too wide and overwhelming. You'll most likely struggle while processing and organizing the overload of information you'll find from your sources. Instead, focus on a specific aspect of a general subject. Don't try tackling an entire monster of a subject. Remember these 4 criteria in choosing a topic. Choose a topic that is current, a topic that you are personally passionate about, and a topic that can be easily researched and managed. Doing so will make your writing process later on so much easier. Let's go back to Emilio's letter. Emilio, since you already have your topic, which is teaching as a career, let us use the 4 criteria described earlier to analyze its effectiveness. First, is it current? Yes, and it affects you and a lot of students your age. Second, are you passionate about this topic? Well, yes, of course, given that teaching is your dream. Third, is this topic easily researched? The answer is yes. There are actually many articles and sources talking about the advantages of teaching. Lastly, is this manageable? It could be. Later on, we could narrow the topic to a specific aspect you can focus on. I think we are ready for Step 2, choose a stance. Once you have chosen a topic, decide on which side of the topic you wish to defend. We call this choosing a stance. A stance is the position you take as a writer on a topic or an issue you chose. Remember, you will spend the entirety of your essay convincing your readers that the stance you chose is the most legitimate and logical among others. This is why your stance or your position should be clear and evident to your readers from the get-go, so that there will be no confusion as to which side of the argument you are trying to prove or defend. Checkpoint! To help you get started, here are some prompts you can use in choosing that perfect persuasive essay topic. These prompts are in question form so that you may choose your own stance or position to argue about or defend. Should face-to-face classes be considered for next school year? Should parents have control of their children's social media activity? Is modular learning an effective learning alternative in this pandemic? Should underage smokers be punished? Should internet trolls be punished or fined? Should marijuana be made legal? Remember, These are just suggestions. Try to come up with your own topic based on your research or observations. If some topics are too general, don't forget to narrow them down to specific and manageable subtopics. Go ahead and get started. Step 3. Formulate a thesis statement. Now that you have selected a topic as well as a stance, we can now formulate a thesis statement. The thesis statement is at the core of your essay. It states your topic and your stance or position about your topic. Your entire essay will be dedicated to proving your thesis statement. At the end of your persuasive essay, your readers should have been convinced that your thesis statement is legitimate. Legit! Here are the 2 qualities of a strong thesis statement. First, it should be debatable, and second, it should be narrow. A strong thesis statement should be debatable. This means that the claim in your thesis may be agreed or disagreed upon by your readers. Different opinions about your topic and stance are actually welcomed and even encouraged. Don't confuse your thesis statement for a widely accepted fact or an obvious position. For example, let's examine this statement. Smoking is bad for your health. This statement is not at all debatable. Smoking has always been generally considered as a health hazard. Studies agree as well that smoking has negative effects on a person's health. So, this thesis statement is just a fact and doesn't really offer much for debate. Let's look at another thesis statement. Local barangay units should enforce stricter punishment against underage smokers. This is an example of a thesis statement that is debatable. Some may agree on this change of policy. Some will disagree and may argue that stricter punishment may be too much. Either way, the thesis statement welcomes debate and different opinions which are suitable for a persuasive essay. Remember, your thesis statement should be debatable. A strong thesis statement should be narrow. Narrow means specific. A broad thesis statement is often overwhelming to grasp and tackle. The narrower your thesis statement, the more effective and manageable your argument. Also, the less of a headache you'll have. Let us look at an example of a thesis statement that is too broad. Social media is detrimental to teenagers. This thesis statement is too general and most likely quite difficult to prove or defend. Also, there are some points in this statement that are vague or unclear. First of all, the author here is talking about social media. Social media is a pretty broad topic with lots of avenues to explore. Which part of social media is detrimental? Perhaps we can focus on a smaller aspect of social media. Another question is which aspect of a teenager's life is affected by social media? Is it his studies, his interactions, his self-confidence, his means of expression? A broad thesis statement will only get you into trouble. Try this thesis statement instead. Excessive Facebook immersion can harm a teenager's self-esteem. In this example, social media has been narrowed into a specific excessive Facebook immersion. Also, we now know which aspect of a teenager's life is directly affected by this excessive Facebook immersion. That would be self-esteem. Checkpoint! Get your pen and paper ready. Analyze the following thesis statements. Answer with strong if the statement is debatable and narrow. Answer with weak if it is just a widely accepted fact or if it is too broad. Number 1. Pollution is harmful to societies. Strong or weak? Go! The answer is weak. It is a widely known fact and is too broad. Number 2, local government units should impose stricter punishment for people who violate social distancing protocols. Strong or weak? Go! The answer is strong. It is debatable and narrowed down to social distancing violators. Number 3, students in state universities should be required to pay a portion of their tuition to encourage academic accountability. Strong or weak? Go! The answer is strong. It is debatable and also quite specific to a certain issue. Great job! Number 4, social media should be banned in the Philippines. Strong or weak? Go! The answer is weak. Although the statement is debatable, it is too broad to prove and discuss. Perhaps choosing a focus as to which social media or why it should be banned will make this a decent thesis statement. Okay, Emilio, since you already have a topic and a stance, let's try to formulate a thesis statement for your persuasive essay about teaching as a career. What about this thesis statement? Teaching is a viable career that offers job security and emotional satisfaction. Let's use the 2 qualities of a strong thesis statement to analyze this. First, is this statement debatable? The answer is yes. People may have varying views about this statement. They may agree or disagree with this stance. So, this thesis statement is pretty debatable. Second, is the thesis narrow enough? The answer is yes. It is narrow in terms of points of focus, which are job security and emotional satisfaction. These 2 points will be the basis of our body paragraphs later on. I believe that this will work. Great job! Now that we have a thesis statement, we are ready for Step 4, create a working structure or outline. Just like the previous essays we learned, a persuasive essay follows the 5-paragraph structure. It is best to create an outline for your essay using this 5-paragraph structure to give you a clear overview of your argument and how it develops. The first paragraph is your introduction. This is where you'll hook your readers, give background information or context to your topic, then end with your thesis statement. Your body paragraphs, which are the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th paragraphs, will present your major claims and evidence to prove your thesis statement. I suggest starting with your strongest argument and evidence to get that instant validation. Your 5th and last paragraph is your concluding paragraph, which restates your thesis statement and summarizes the points you discussed in your essay. Step 5. Use the 3 modes of persuasion. In writing your paragraphs, it is important to establish the 3 components of an engaging and convincing argument: ethos, logos, and pathos. Ethos, logos, and pathos are Greek terms coined by Aristotle. He calls these terms the 3 modes of persuasion. Establishing a balance of these 3 modes will make your argument convincing and strong. Let us discuss these 3 modes one by one. First mode of persuasion, ethos. Ethos is a Greek word meaning character. Ethos is all about establishing your character or credibility to speak or write about a topic. The goal of ethos is to get your readers to know that first, you are credible or trustworthy. Second, that you speak in good faith, meaning you are believable. Here are ways to establish ethos or credibility in your paragraphs. First, if you have specific experiences or knowledge about the topic, mention it in some way. Second, if you don't have specific experiences about the topic, find sources from credible authors. You may introduce your sources with signal phrases indicating their authority. For example, according to a study by the University of the Philippines, or according to acclaimed Filipino author Jose Garcia Villa, establish ethos or credibility in your paragraphs. Third, use a tone appropriate to your audience. Establish your credibility by maintaining an academic tone throughout your essay. Fourth, proofread your essay well. Grammar mistakes take away from your credibility as an author. Proofread and revise as needed. Remember these 4 ways to establish ethos. Second mode of persuasion, logos. Logos is a Greek word meaning word, reason, or plan. If ethos is the foundation of your argument, then logos is what drives your argument forward. Logos is the way to convince your audience using logic or reason. Here are ways to establish logos. First, use concrete evidence. Use statistics, facts, and reliable data to support your argument. Remember, a solid argument relies on this evidence for validity. Second, present your argument in a clear and logical manner. Consider your audience as you explain your argument. Sometimes what is clear in your mind may be unclear to your readers. Third mode of persuasion, pathos. A logical argument can be more effective if it is wrapped up with a strategic dose of emotion. Pathos is a Greek word for experience or emotion. If you can make your readers feel something while they're reading your essay, then you are more likely to persuade them. The first step to invoking pathos in your argument is to know your audience. Knowing your audience will allow you to know what appeals to them emotionally. Then, use that knowledge to your advantage. Second, use emotions suitable to your context. You may use positive emotions such as joy or hope when talking about your claims. On the other hand, you may use negative emotions such as anger or doubt when talking about the opposite side of your argument. Third, use stories. Emotional stories and personal narratives relevant to your argument can make your essay more relatable. Readers will be emotionally attached to your essay and will more likely believe your claims because they are invested in your story. And those are the 5 steps in writing an engaging, persuasive essay. Step 1, choose a topic. Step 2, choose a stance. Step 3, formulate a thesis statement. Step 4, create a working structure or outline. And step 5, use the 3 modes of persuasion. Emilio, I hope this helps you get started with your persuasive essay. Let me tell you this. As a teacher, in my opinion, there is no greater calling than teaching. It is true that teaching is not an easy job. However, it is quite rewarding. As a teacher, our reach has no bounds nor limits. Our influence can never be erased nor forgotten. I am proud to be a teacher. I hope your parents would realize that too. Good luck, and that's all for today. This Teacher Kit reminding you that keep reading because a reader is a leader. Keep writing and you can change the world. Keep being awesome and tune in next time to Reading and Writing.